EIR, Executive in Residence. A lot of different venture capital firms work with people who are not actually partners at the firm, but are people that are engaged with the firm and sort of maybe even in between places, like they've had a successful outcome, they had an IPO or a business that got sold or merged. And sometimes in those sales and those mergers, there are people that don't come along for the ride, or they take their exit and they have their golden parachute and they're looking for the next thing to do. So a lot of VC firms will have one or two or three sort of people kicking around the place that are executives in residence, meaning that they may have an office at a VC firm. Or in the case of an accelerator, the same thing, that an EIR will be somebody who will be helpful to the startups that are going through an accelerator and possibly even get more and more involved in those companies as they go through their businesses. So an EIR will sometimes be sort of sucked into a company that is in the portfolio, or brought into as an advisor into a startup company, even joining as a board member, sometimes representing the venture capital firm's interests, and sometimes just representing their own interests. The EIRs often have enough wealth that have been generated by their previous activities that they can also become angel investors, etc. EIRs can be present in a firm. Sometimes they're just getting free office space and a free association with the firm. And sometimes they'll be getting paid a monthly retainer in return for doing work for the firm and analyzing whether or not to invest in companies and things along that lines. But it's not considered a long-term role. It's considered a transitory role. Sometimes it works its way into an EIR, even sometimes becoming a partner at a firm if they have stayed and discovered some amazing companies or helped progress some companies along the lines. And other times it's used as a way for the firms themselves to find talent that they bring into the startup as the startup grows. That is what the term EIR refers to, Executive in Residence. VC Lingo. Lingo.